Hello again, welcome back to Lemmings Plus II. So, our last video left us at halfway through Sneaky, so we're up to level 11, which is Top Deck. Fairly simple looking level, fairly simple solution. It's one of the easier ones, but basically this is a very bomber heavy level, so it's a good thing we're on an engine that has the instant bombers. Basically the idea is, as you bash through here, they all turn back, which gives you time to seal this off. Build up as far as you can, and then it's just a matter of climbers and bombers to smooth out the rest of the path. Boom, 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 boom. ISIS would be proud. Oh, and there's a few lemmings that have fallen back here. They'll catch up soon enough. And we're on to level 12, which is From the Lemmings Mouth. So yay, it's a full survival puzzle, and it's one of the few 1-minute levels in Lemmings Plus II. So we've got 50 lemmings, got to save 80% of them, and we have a very limited skill set here. So the 3 builders are obviously to get to the exit. So a digger is how you get these guys down, but it also acts as a delay while this guy builds the exit. And the main trick is that the digger has to be placed right, so that these lemmings are held back until the bridge is made. As you can see, if the solution's executed right, the time limit will be tight, but it won't actually stop you completing the level. And we're on to level 13. The password starts with Rick. The code is Rick rolling you. So level 13. So before we actually complete it, this is one of the levels that has a secret level in it. So we'll see that first. And this is probably the trickiest secret level to access, to be honest. Since you need to pretty much multitask to get to the secret level. Not multitask as such, but you have to have 2 workers sort of combining their efforts. So this guy gets past the trap, this guy gets past the exit, allowing this one to catch up. This one bashes through. Mine's finished off, and just in time the secret level is found. So Sneaky's secret level is called Camp of Curses. It was actually originally the Genius secret level, but I swapped them around because the difficulty of the 2 levels was more fitting that way. But to be honest, this one would have worked well as Cheeky's secret level and put that one in Sneaky, but way too late for that now. Well, I suppose I could change it, but what's the point now? So it's basically just a matter of get up the top and come back this way. Very easy level. So back to level 13 now. So this level, it's even in its actual solution, not the secret level finding one, it's a bit of the same kind of multitasking stuff. You sort of use this space here as the delay while you work. You can't actually hold the crowd back as such. And that's how that level's done. So we're on to level 14 now, which is Sneaky's version of Floater Frenzy. So by now you know the drill with these levels, and the save requirements the same as last time. The extra difficulty comes from the release rate being a bit higher. Now there's only a change of 5, but on a Floater Frenzy level where you can't pause, that can make a lot of difference. On the nicer side, you've got quite a long part of walking space to assign most of your floaters in, so it's still relatively easy. It's Cummings Floater Frenzy that is the really hard one. So that's that one down, and we're on to level 15, which is the Long Way to Treedom, which is the start of the many levels with tree related puns. Actually, I think that's more or less the only one in Lemmings Plus II. Lemmings Plus Omega has quite a lot of tree puns. And this is a very, very easy filler level, so 2 of everything, but it's not exactly a challenge to solve it with that. Quite obvious you have to go under the tree. And that's it. That's all there is to that level, so as I said, very easy. We're on to level 16, which is Dive from the Dunes. At first look, it sort of resembles Cascade from the original Lemmings. Solution is actually fairly different, because if you notice you have to save 30 lemmings, you've only got 20 floaters. You've got to constantly coming in crowd of them, so the reason for that bomber is it just makes the fall a bit less, since we obviously have to create a platform for them. Save a few extras with the floaters there. And so that's how that level's done. So originally it was actually going to be a cascade-like level, then I noticed this way of saving more lemmings. So I thought, yeah, I'll go with that. And so now we're on to level 17, which is the playground, and this is a very typical worker lemming level. There's not really much to it. The one challenging factor is you've only got 10 builders, so you sort of got to use other skills in place of them where possible. So like for example here, rather than using your builders entirely to cross this, it's taking advantage of the beam up here and mining, only using builders to get in line with that. Here as well we sort of create the path backwards using miners. Bomber here is to make it easier to build into the miner tunnel. And that will get into the exit once this part here is finished being built. As you can see, even with these optimizations, we still have only just enough builders. Now of course a few of them could be cut out, like you could use a miner basher or digger basher staircase here. Could probably even use one here, or at least use one for part of it, but yeah, basically the point of this level is that you've got to conserve your builders, pretty much. We're on to level 18, which is a two-pronged approach. So as the name suggests, the crowd sort of gets split up in what way it goes. I have no idea why I didn't make this entrance face left when I upgraded it to Neo Limits, but for some reason I didn't. So as you can see, you make, well, 9 of them floaters, this guy being the last floater. And because this would be a fall straight through there, you have this guy build over. Then you can make 9 lemmings climbers, and that's the other route they take, with the ones that there's no skills for, they just fall into that laser and die. And now we're on to level 19, Turnabout Lemming. As you may have picked up on, the name is a somewhat subtle reference to the Phoenix Wright series of games. You know how there's like every case is turnabout something, except for that one case, Rise from the Ashes from the first game. Yeah, so the actual level itself, basically it's another one that's like worker lemming style level, except you can't hold the crowd back. And the main catch of that comes here, where in the middle of this fall it's actually fatal, so you've sort of got to time it so that you've got enough floaters to get across. And from there it's pretty straightforward, regular level. And so that brings us to the last level of Sneaky, which is the impossible level. Now, unlike what the name suggests, the level is not actually impossible. It might seem it at first glance, since there's the lack of builders, and obviously when you bash out here, you'd have to build over to repair it. So the trick is to get out of there without fully breaking through the terrain. So essentially what it comes down to is you create a little step out like that, and then you've got to free your blocker, stop any destructive skills before they create a pathway out. And that's basically all there is to this level. So it's another one of those like one trick levels that's entirely based around the trick in question. So that's the Sneaky ranking complete. So see you in the next videos whenever those happen to come up, which will be covering the Cunning ranking, which is where it starts to actually get pretty hard. And until then, hope you're enjoying it. Have a good day. See you next time.